Okay, so if you want to get a garden room next year, we've got some places left on some cancellations. Now, what you get when you get a garden room from Oakwood Garden Rooms is absolute perfection. This is what we had before, and this is what we've got now. Right, I'm going to walk you around it. Right, so the spec for this one was a home office and a home bar, and this is what we've produced. It's 5 metres long, it's 3 metres deep. What I'll do, I'll walk you around it first, and then we'll go inside, because it's quite muddy still, it's that time of year, and we just don't want trips mud in. It's a bifold window, but I'll explain that in a minute. We always use aluminium. And we've also got a double socket there. It's got a stainless steel finish, beautiful little finish on that. No expense spared on that. This building is clad in Western red cedar. As always, it's hand selected. The finest of details all the way around. We've oiled it, it's got a UV stabiliser on, and to the front elevation there, we've got some 3 metre bifolds. I'll show you them opening in a minute, and we've also got a big old tilt and turn, but I'll explain that as well. It's clad down the sides with no maintenance cladding, so obviously you don't need to get in there anymore, so that's done away with and that's finished. Right, inside. Like I said, bifold doors, and the highest quality doors as well. They, as always, you've got a lovely glide on them. Right, so this room is the bar area. Well, he's ordered the bar himself, so when the bar comes, I'm going to fit the bar. That's for some LED lights that will go under the bar. That there is housing the drivers, because we've fit a halo light on this one as well. You can see on the ceiling there as well. TV mounted on the wall. We've got a 2 kilowatt heater, and John's connected up the internet. But what I'm going to show you now is, you imagine this now. He's got his bar here, it's summertime, there's people round, there's football on the TV, you're out in the garden. Yes sir, what would you like?
Pint of lager.
Pint of lager, lemon and limes. So that's it, that'll cantilever over there. He's going to have a shelf there, he's going to get that area there paved as well. Some stools, he'll entertain. It's a perfect little family bar area. Everything that you need in there, and like I say, that's a lovely detail. Right, so that's this room, laminate floor. Customer's going to decorate it himself this weekend, and I'll be back to fit the bar next week, but I'll show you that working as well. So this is the dedicated office. In here, we've got a lovely big tilt and turn. She's going to have a desk over here. John's connected up to the internet. As always, we provide this exact same speed in the office as in the house. So that's hardwired in there. You've also got Wi-Fi, and this runs cables to the other side and to the TV as well. Consumer unit, tested and certified, and another 2 kilowatt heater in here. So this tilt and turn, as I've explained to him before, they're a lovely little feature. You can open fully like that, like a door, or you can half open it just to let some air in, like that. So, that's the office, this is the bar, right? It's 5 metres by 3 metres, it's nestled beautifully in this garden. It's still got loads of garden left. What we did, it was flagged, so John stepped it back so that it's fallen parallel with the lines of flags there. Done a cracking job on that. And it ties in lovely with the garden. Like I say, once he gets that big flag around there, and he'll have some guests around, serving his beers, watching his football, loving it. Right, so that's it. We're Oakwood Garden Rooms. If you want one of these, or something similar, or any shape or any size, you need to get in touch, because we have got some places next year. Okay, thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Subscribe button's down there. If you're on Instagram, please like as well. And we've got a big old group on Facebook, and I'm finally back on Facebook, so thanks for everybody who offered help there as well. We've not done a video in quite some time now for various reasons, but this will be our last job of this year. It's a little bit different, it's a triangle, so we're going to try and give you a daily on it if we can, but we'll talk about the cables first. We've already run them, so if David comes around here, the incoming to the house is here. Yeah? The incoming to the house is there, so we will be joining inside there with a little consumer unit type thing. Can't remember the right terminology. Ideally, we would have preferred to go that way, but this is next door. This is next door's path, and the customer doesn't want to see any cables. So we've dropped down there into the little gravel bed. That is a steel wide armoured. It's 10 mil. It runs along there under that step and through that gravel bed there as well. We've then met with our Cat 6 there as well. So we've dropped both down there. We've gone through there. We have crossed over under these 2 flags, and we've dropped into that little channel there. And here we have come out. Now we've stopped there simple for the reason because we haven't got a can go with the stair to break that concrete off, but that'll be getting dug out there, and it'll be getting dug down here then So if you stay there, Dave, you might be able to see it better. Can you sort of see the shape? Right, it's a triangle. Now, 12 square metres is what she wants. Now, our maths, we're working out the area of a triangle, wasn't that great, so we had to use a formula. But this just gives us, what is it, Brandon, 12.8? 12.8 metres squared, so that's the front. This will be the bifold doors. The bifold doors will all slide that way, and you'll enter the room here. That side and this side will be no maintenance cladding. There's room to get all the way around to treat the fence. We've took 3 trees down there as well, and because of the shape, it requires more rods. There's 28 rods? 29. There's 29 rods in this, so we've got a row, we've got 7 on the front, and we've got various down each side, and then a few lines, because what we'll be doing, we'll be putting our 4x2, but obviously we can't span it over that distance because it's too much, so that'll take the bounce out there. So they're really supporting the middle, and the perimeters there as well. It will be a little bit different because when you do a triangle, so you can't do it the way we normally do, where we have the front wall higher than the back wall, but we'll put the roof all at the same height, and then we'll use fairings to create the fall to the back. But what will happen is, at the front here, we'll have curb trim, and on the sides, we'll have gutter. That's how we did the last one, wasn't it, John? Yeah, and we'll have gutter on both sides, and then that will run away down there as well. And we've got the added bonus here of, this is the highest point adjacent to the land, adjacent to the garden room, so that is where the 2.5 will be taken from. So this will be slightly, fractionally higher than our normal build, but will still fall in the permitted development because it's under 2.5. I believe the concrete's here now, John, yeah? Yes. Yeah, concrete's here now, so we're going to get them rodded in. We'll show John putting a couple of rods in. And we'll go from there. Right, this is where we get our concrete from. It's air concrete. There's loads of these companies around. Basically what they do, they mix it and you pay for what you use. I know the minimum order of these is a cube. We tend to use maybe half a cube to 3/4 of a cube, but the minimum order is a cube. So it's all in there, it all gets mixed. Somewhere along there you'll see the prop shaft there, which mixes it all together. Comes down the chute and we drop it in the barrow. Right, so you can see the rod there. It's galvanised washer plate, 10 mil trapped between nuts. That will stop the rod driving through the concrete. John's now going to hold that in, and I'm going to make sure that this concrete goes right to the bottom, and then John will jab it up and down to make sure that that washer is completely encased in this concrete, which will prevent any rod, the weight of the building, pushing the rod through the concrete. He's using a little boat level there to get it nice and plumb for us. Now you can either mix this by hand like we used to, which was a right ball ache, and then we got on the idea of getting these guys out, which was a no-brainer, changed the game completely. Yeah. So if Davey pans round there, he'll be able to see all the rods. There's 29, I think we said there were, all concreted in. What we'll do in a minute is go around with a hose pipe, wash off all the concrete so that the rods, the nuts rather, will go down successfully tomorrow when we wind it down, but we'll show you that tomorrow as well. But like I say, this is probably near on 3/4 or a cube. Is it a cube or 3/4? 3/4. No, never a cube. Minimum the charge for is a cube, but it takes all the hard work out of it. But they do like to put John under pressure sometimes, because I think this job and knock. Is it job and knock? No, it's Huddersfield next. Actually worked that out at last barrow. We normally have half a barrel left over, something that's worked out really well. There you go. I'll do you. Lovely, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, so this rod, you can see the sort of triangle formation that we've created using the string lines. John will now go around and make sure that all these rods are near enough bang on for himself. It just aids when we put the timber on, keep it nice and straight. Well, that's it. So tomorrow we'll get the base in. I'll show you that going in as well. We're going to clean them up now and get off. I'm going to try and video this right up until Christmas. So please like and subscribe button down there. And I'm going to have a big giveaway this Christmas as well. Just to thank everybody for the money we've raised, because I know today the raffle sold out. So that's £170,000 we've raised to charity so far. Thank you.